Hello students, I hope you are doing well. Today we are going to revise chapter number 4 of first book, that is South Asia and Contemporary World. So as you know, we have already discussed the chapter in very detail. So this time we are doing it for the revision purpose. So we will touch the important topic and the areas from where the question can be asked. So let us start the chapter, that is South Asia and Contemporary World. So what does this South Asia mean? Bangladesh, Bhutan, India, Maldives, Nepal, Pakistan and Sri Lanka. Generally these countries are included in South Asian countries. So Afghanistan and Myanmar also the part of South Asia. So as a whole, all these countries, they comprised of South Asia. So now we will study one by one what are the political structure of these countries and how India is related with these countries and how India is involved as a whole in this South Asia. What is the role of India and how it is influencing other South Asian countries. So let us see. The military coup and democracy in Pakistan. You know, Pakistan is our one of the main neighboring country. Earlier, Pakistan was the part of India on 1947 when we got divided. Pakistan also started with democracy, but they are not able to sustain with democracy. There is a military rule behind the politics of Pakistan. Let us see how it happens. The factors for the failure of democracy. We will see what are the factors which are responsible for failure of the democracy. Actually, there is a military rule which is behind the politics of Pakistan, and along with this military, there are landed aristocracy. Aristocracy means the richer section of the society which also influence the politics of Pakistan. So these are the main factor behind the failure of democracy. Then dominance of military and aristocracy. America and other Western countries. You know, America is one of the superpower of the world. It also tries to influence the politics of the world by interfering. So this America and other Western countries, they also influence the politics of Pakistan. So now democracy in Bangladesh. You know, Bangladesh earlier the part of Pakistan. During the 1947 to 1971, it was the part of East Pakistan, but they were facing, the people of this East Pakistan, they were facing dominance of West Pakistan. Actually they are treated as a colony of West Pakistan. So there was a leader, Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. He contested the election and he won his party, that is Awami League. He won the most of the seats, but the West Pakistan, that is not ready to accept this referendum. And finally this Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, he protested with his party and followers, and India supported in that, and finally 1971 Bangladesh got separated from Pakistan. Then we have Nepal. Nepal is one of our neighboring country which have a good relation, although it is a Hindu country. Nowadays it is opting constitutional monarchy. You are familiar with the constitutional monarchy, means there is a hereditary king or queen along with the elected representatives parliament. So nowadays this Nepal is switching to this constitutional monarchy. Earlier, if we will look at the history or the past of the Nepal, there is a mixture of monarchy and democracy. So in 2006, in 2007 and 1990, the people of Nepal, they protested for democracy, and finally we have constitutional monarchy. Now we have ethnic conflicts and democracy in Sri Lanka. So Sri Lanka, the ethnic conflict of Sri Lanka is very famous and which led to the civil war. What was the situation in Sri Lanka? Actually, Sri Lanka, there are a majority of Sinhala speakers, and there was a tension between Sinhala speakers and this Tamil speakers. So this Sinhala speakers, they were dominating Tamil speaker. That's why there is a tension which turned into violence and which led to the civil war. Indian government, they tried to interfere to solve the situation of civil war in Sri Lanka, but this organization LTTE, they thought India is interfering in their internal matter, and that's why they got angry of this India's action, and ultimately, the one of the ex-prime minister was killed by that LTT's bomb blasting. The human bomb was used in that bomb blasting. So this Sri Lanka ethnic composition or the ethnic tension that turned the politics of Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka has maintained a democratic political system with a considerable economic growth, but nowadays this Sri Lanka is showing a huge growth in its economic scenario. One of the first developing country to control population growth rate, liberalize economy, and bears highest per capita gross domestic product despite the ongoing conflicts. In spite of these conflicts, the Sri Lanka emerged as a stable country, and this he controlled its population, and economy is also doing well. So in the next lecture we will discuss about rest of the countries like Maldives, and we will discuss about the India and Pakistan's conflict in detail. So keep reading the chapter, note down your doubts, and consult me in the class.